So now we have learned the photosynthesis, that is whenever the carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it gives the glucose and oxygen, and this is the basic conditions for photosynthesis, that is your carbon dioxide, water, sunlight and chlorophyll. And we have already learned the another term, that is your stomata. And what is the stomata? Stomata is a very pored, the surface of the leaf contain that very tiny or teeny pores, and this teeny pores actually is your stomata. And what is the purpose of the stomata? Stomata actually gases, whatever the gases is produced during the process of this synthesis, or you can say that this photosynthesis process, and these gases will given out by this stomata. Okay, and this stomata actually is required for respiration's purpose also. What is the respiration purpose and how this respiration purpose is correlate to this process? Actually, plant give out the extra amount of water. Actually, one new term actually you will learn in higher classes, that is your xylem and phloem. And xylem carry the whole water and minerals from the roots, and it transports to the above part of the plant, and after the preparations of the food, and that particular food is be transferred or transported to the whole plant by the phloem process. And this is the things you learn in higher classes. Okay, so now we'll focus on that point, that is the transpiration. So transpiration is the process by which the plants actually reduce their water vapors, the extra amount of water vapors. Okay, by actually the process is water vapor. By the process actually plant reduce their water vapor, plant reduce their extra amount of water through the process of water vaporing. Okay, so by this process actually, whole process actually is your transpiration. So plant give out the extra amount of water through stomata in the form of water vapor. So form, what is the form? The process of by which plant will remove the water, remove the water, the form is, that is your water vapor. So by using the formation of water vapor, plant actually reduce the extra amount of water. Extra amount means the amount actually is not needed, the amount actually I have already used, and remaining amount will be transpired by the plants in the form of water vapors. Now the fourth point is, in addition, leaves get variously modified. So you learn these things, and after this topic, so plant also get variously modified into spines or tendrils. So basically plant actually modified, the reason is for the protections as well as the food storage. So this is the main purpose of the functions of the leaf. So what are the functions? First function is the photosynthesis process, the preparations of the food, as well as the leaves on their surface they reduce their water vapors by the process of transpiration through stomata, as well as leaves also modified for their protections as well as the food storage. Okay, so now we will learn the types of the leaves, that is what are the basic types of the leaves. So students, actually leaves is specially, or you can say that then broadly classified into two categories. One is simple leaf and another is compound leaf. So we will understood this thing, this point, that is your simple leaf and compound leaf, by one example. So this is the figure of the simple leaf. See here, one noticeable point is there. Here this is the lamina. This is the one lamina is there. You see these things. So again you have see this thing. This is a lip margin. This is your midrib. This is your veins. This is your apex. Okay, and this lamina is undivided conditions. Okay, if you see the mango leaves, that time you will see the leaves is undivided conditions. So that undivided conditions leaf actually is your simple leaf. If you see the neem leaves, okay, that time we will see that see that like that lamina is divided into many portions. So this is the this is your compound leaf. So basically what is the definition of simple leaf and what is the compound leaf? So whenever the lamina is undivided mode, that time that leaf will be your simple leaf. And when your compound leaf will arise, compound leaf will arise when the lamina is divided. Lamina is divided, so that time it is your compound leaf. Okay, or you can say that this leaf blade is divided. Okay, now coming to the point, that is your veneations. Okay, so veneations, again I will go this topic by providing one example. So this is one figure of another, and one leaf, and this is another figure of another leaf. So these two types is there, one veneations. So veneations means two types, that is your one is reticulate veneation and what is your parallel veneation. The question will come, so what is veneations? So veneations basically that is the vein and veinlet arrangement in a particular leaf, that is actually is your veneations. Okay, so veins and veinlet arrangement. So see here, veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed in a leaf blade, or you can say that in lamina. So that's why it is your reticulate veneations, and this is your parallel veneation, because your veinlets and veins are regularly distributed, or you can say that the parallelly situated one leaf. That's why it is your parallel veneation. So what is your parallel veneation? Whenever the veins are parallel to each other in a particular lamina, that type of veneation actually is your parallel veneations, like your wheat, palms, banana. So this kind of leaves showing the parallel veneations. And reticulate veneations, when the leaf blade or lamina is divided, or you can say that the irregularly distributed in a lamina. So that's why it is called reticulate veneations. Two term is there. So terms is very not very hard. So sometimes you have to do these things whenever you learn this topic. That time you will practice many more times, and these terms will be memorized. Okay, so veneations is two types, that is your reticulate veneation, another is parallel veneations. And that is, and the one is reticulate veneation, another is parallel veneation. Parallel veneations means the veins and veinlets are regularly distributed, or you can say that the parallel, that is a regular distribution, or you can say that the parallel distribution. Okay, so that's why it is a parallel veneation. When the veins and veinlets are irregularly distributed, or you can say the forming a network like structures, is called the reticulate veneation. Now coming to the point, that is the leaf arrangement. Okay, so that is your leaf arrangement. So the three types of leaf arrangements are commonly noticed in the plants. So these are the alternate, opposite, and hollered. So again I will come this topic by the showing one example. So this is your alternate arrangement of the leaves. This is your alternate arrangement of the leaves. Okay, and this is your opposite arrangement of the leaves, and this is your hollered. Okay, so from this figure what you have learned these things. See here what will happen, more than two leaves are arises in one particular node. So this is your node. When the leaves are arise, then that particular point actually is your node point, and these node points, and many of the laminas, or you can say that the many of the leaves are arises, many of the leaves. How many leaves is there? Only here it is a 3, 6, 7, it is vary, but many more leaves are arises in a